In this video, I'm going to be discussing whether you should use AI personalized first lines in your cold emails. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is George. I'm the founder of Email Chaser. Now let's get into the video. The quick answer is no, you should not. In recent months or this past year, tools like Clay have become very popular. And one of the features that tool like Clay lets you do is they allow you to add these sort of AI generated lines into your email. So you might have a spreadsheet with lots of leads and you have some kind of data point about each lead, and then the AI tool will just generate some kind of sentence about each lead based on those data points. In theory, that sounds great. You might think, well, that makes my email seem personalized just for them. But there's a couple things to think about here. First, personalization without any real relevance to the offer doesn't improve your response rate. So personalization for the sake of personalization is not actually a good thing, despite what a lot of people think. And then the second thing is a lot of people are using these AI tools now. And so when you send out these emails, if your email starts with some random sentence that's completely irrelevant about your offer, and it's just some random data that you clearly scraped from the leads, LinkedIn profile, or website, then the person receiving your email, usually they're not very stupid. Like they're going to see your email, and it's going to look like all the other thousands of spam emails that they've received. And they're going to know that your email was AI generated, and they're just not going to respond to you. Whereas if you just sent the same email without the AI BS that you put in there, then it probably would have actually gotten a response. So what I'm trying to say is that if you're adding really low quality, irrelevant AI lines into your emails, that's a bad idea. You should not do that. You'd be better off just not doing any personalization at all. And there are some exceptions. So, there are some situations where you can use a tool like Clay, for example, to add AI lines to your email, and it may work well. So for example, you might write your email, and maybe in the bottom of the email, in the PS line, you might say something that is specific to the person you're reaching out to. So for example, if you're reaching out to restaurants, you might enrich all the leads in your spreadsheet using a tool like Clay or something else, so that when you reach out to each lead in the PS line, you might say, mention something that they have in their restaurant, for example, on their menus, so that it looks like you're really targeting just them. But stuff like that, you can play around with it. But in general, all this kind of stuff is relatively gimmicky. It's not really what's going to make most of the difference. What really makes a difference in terms of the success of your cold email campaigns is contacting people that actually need your product or service and saying something that they care about. So there's no amount of AI personalization that's going to fix those things for you. If you're not contacting people that need your product or service and you're not saying something that they actually care about, then there's no tool in the world that's going to fix that. That's something that you have to fix yourself by thinking hard about your entire strategy and making sure that it is correct. If you want to learn how to launch a cold email campaign where you only target people that need what you're selling, which then ensures that you have a very high positive response rate, then I recommend that you go to Email Chaser's blog and check out the article that's titled How to Create an Evergreen Cold Email Campaign. In this article, I show you how I launch evergreen campaigns so that every single day we have new leads added to the campaign automatically, and all those leads that are being added have already performed some kind of action that implies that they already need our product or service, meaning that we have a much higher response rate because we're only reaching out to people that need what we're selling. And that's, by the way, true relevance. A lot of people talk about personalization and they think that some AI tool is going to fix all the problems, but the best personalization is actually by contacting people that need your service or product. So if you make these very targeted lists of people and you write your copy around that targeting, the email already seems very personalized just for them without having to use any AI tools, because the targeting is so precise that it just seems like it was written for them. And to be clear, I'm not talking about doing generic stuff like segmenting based on job title or industry. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about writing your copy around an event or trigger that a lead has already performed that implies that they need your product or service. If you can write your copy around that, then people are going to think that the email is just for them. So they're going to think it's personalized just for them, even if it's not. So that's true personalization that works. AI personalization in most situations doesn't work, and in fact can actually hurt your response rate. So these are all things to think about. But just to conclude this video, for 95% of people sending cold emails, I recommend that you do not use AI personalization tools. The real solution is to launch evergreen campaigns like I described in this article. So if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this about cold email, then subscribe to our YouTube channel. I hope to see you in the next video.